can use for the crown, right? Let's get some for Fremine.
These should be enough. I knew you'd have a knack for finding the best materials. We shouldn't need anything else to...
Whoa! Is that the entrance to the underwater ruins ahead? So these are the underwater ruins that Fremine found. They're pretty amazing. Oh, yeah, Paimon knows it's...
I'm sorry. I was hoping...
Whoa, so...
Seems like the travelers already got the gist.
Don't underestimate Paimon.
We are the companions.
Oh,
Huh?
Not at all! This is the goddess's head! So please accept the goddess's reward. The goddess will now bestow... And as for this prince, the goddess will also bestow upon you the rainbow glory.
My gratitude to your divine highness.
Me...
Please be careful, brave invaders. Just ahead are some evil enemies that have invaded the kingdom of water imps. They're called... Hilly Churls of the Deep.
Those accursed enemies are back again. Your Highness, please show them what you're made of.
Day's reckoning! Frost is here!
Here comes the catch. I'm going in! I swear by my sword!
Lament! Worthless! We're under attack again. It's a Lawitro of the Deep.
There's no need to fear, my friends. His Highness is so strong now that even a Divinitrol of the Deep would pose no threat to him.
Getting here! Frost is coming!
Let's light it up! That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Evil conqueror! Get out of my way! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Worthless! Here!
It's fine.
Yes, it was my mistake. I should have told...
It's all because the trap...
It's okay, Zuria. We can come back again.
That I must thank all of you.
Foxy's turning out to be a real expert at
I don't think there's anything that will be able to stop him. He's like...
Yes, I agree as well.
Let's head back.
We can add an up... Zuria and Fremine? Why don't we draw the new pages first? Hey, you didn't have to say it out loud.
No problem. I'm happy to oblige. After overcoming many obstacles, at this time, the little fairy in the
Woohoo! The goddess
bathed under the goddess's glory. The prince and his...
Oh no!
No. The crown was within the
Oh, and Paimon... Whoa!
Thank you, everyone. My child.
I'm sure he will, Zerd.
I sure hope so.
Please don't worry.
Ah, then I must thank you for your hard work. All right, and see you in 2 days, my lovely friends.
All right, it's about time we start heading off too.
Yeah, I'll need to go.
Yeah, Paimon knew that you didn't often take
Well,
because what?
it's because...
What's the...
am I turning red? Okay, thank you. I hope that everyone...
Another job.
Make yourselves a move!
You can't run!
This dance is for you!
Care for a
Disappear! Worthless! Here! Useless!
care for a dance.
Another job. Go! Boring! Killjoy! We've only just begun!
Sharing my knowledge! Dance with the wind!
Another test. Run! You can't run! Lament! Have a little taste.
Care for a dance.
Try.
Make yourselves a move! All eyes on me!
Dance with me!
Here!
Be a good audience.
Yeah!
Care for a dance.
Another job. Try. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Dance with me!
This dance is for you! Positions!
Another test. Try.
Sharing my knowledge!
Well,
This may hurt a little.
another test subject. Try. Don't be a killjoy.
Boring! Useless! If it's useful, I'll take it.
Here!
The damned will sooner die again.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
Hello there.
Huh? I'm fine.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your...
No people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake. And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, he would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun but now, the water is gradually... It won't be...
Sorry.
Ah, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from a...
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite...
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's, well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still have...
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh, all right then. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations. But fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wearing. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. I, Fosalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see her. Oh, I bet this is going to be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Florend. I admire her bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. She is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. I'm getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
All right! Now that'll be worth seeing!
Right. This is Fontaine.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Besides, how exactly do you plan to...
According to Fontaine law.
Oh.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object, but how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What? What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been...
Huh? You call that?
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
You said you were going to see Lady Farina?
So,
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have... As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other Fear is for insignificant cowards. Of course, seeking an audience, Focalor.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. But the Hydro Archons... Miss Hydro Archon?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. You had best stop.
Oh, talk about sounding...
Oh? What's with the...
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. Wait, does this mean...
Hey, what's all the commotion?
Of course.
Ooh,
You may consider...
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in...
Stand down,
Yeah, she's right.
on Araneas, criminals are all...
You see.
Right. This...
Why do you care so much about... Besides, how exactly do you...
According to Fontaine...
Oh.
You call that obvious?
Precisely!
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a fly.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not great...
Great...
So, with such an audience...
Ta-da!
What? What's that on Paimon's back? Hey! When did Linny do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This...
You
Huh.
Amusing. Very amusing, Lynn.
Performance?
In which case, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the...
Just like that! She's gone! Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon.
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little prep. So...
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were...
I just know a few simple tricks. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine.
But isn't the Opera House where...
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. And speaking of performances...
My brother's always excited.
Oh, sure. We don't really have...
Splendid. In that case, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... I'm not sure exactly when it began. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the Nation of Justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't...
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside as a magical item, these...
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But...
Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby.
So you're the blonde traveler. Oh, a magic... Thanks.
What's this? So...
What? You mean...
No, I believe in the story says that people, as time wore on, so...
Oh.
All right.
Useless.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future?
You should still take...
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that...
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to...
Is there anything else you need to do before...
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Font...
So, you want to collect...
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll...
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect for maritime flowers.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an maybe next time you'll feel like—
No way.
Fine. Though the
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head?
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's...
Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh! Keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps you two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
Take it easy. Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? She said, what should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check.
No, that was all. Anyway, I should be going.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was—
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and I needed—
Oh, did you—
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact—
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine—
You're right, you're right. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Linny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine now.
this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around! People in Fontaine really know how to use water!
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older...
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Oh, excuse me! Aren't you the great magician Linny? And his assistant Lynette?
Hello. I don't believe we've...
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you. Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet?
Amazing! You recognized everybody almost immediately!
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day! Who knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision finally be showing me some favor?
So, Charlotte, what do you usually report on?
Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, you mean the serial disappearances of young women? That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all, but the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort... I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Linny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look! Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this. Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly. I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late. Okay, Hyman hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya! Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time. What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first?
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all.
Take it easy.